Hey everyone, Bama, Mom, how y'all doing? First word was girl. Um, Hope everyone's had a good start to their week and we're halfway through it. Tonight we're going to talk about some of the equipment and stuff we use and some of the experiences we've had. Um, and we're going to talk about that tonight. Hey sis, let's see. Bama says hi to all the spirits. Um, I know there's not a spirit named Bailey. That's my granddaughter's name, but we do get that occasionally, though. Um, so we want to get into all that. And I did a couple of videos the other day. I was, excuse me, I was out at Riverside, and I came across where, hey, Marnie, I came across where the bodyguard for Abraham Lincoln was at. I finally found that grave. It took me a while. It took me a while. It's kind of up on a hill, and I had to keep wherever the pictures were at. That they had took in the graveyard app. It took me a while, but I finally found it, and that was really cool. Got I visit. Yep, that's why I did. I visit. Hey Jenny, how are you? Excuse me. But hmm, that's me making that noise, trying to drink out of a straw. Um, let's see. So I did go and film at two locations there, and I got some pretty interesting things that came through with the bodyguard. You get Ryan Bama. That's our other spirit. Got crime. So I got some decent, interesting things with the bodyguard, and then I went to another location near where Thomas Wolf's at, and I filmed again, and I was getting quite a few words coming through, and let's see, I'll get this heater closer to me. Um, and anyway, it I got quite a few words coming through there, but I can never find. I got a few names, but I can never match a name with a headstone anywhere. But now I did find some other headstones. Oh, thank you, Jenny. Appreciate that. I did find some other headstones that had nicknames. They had nicknames on them, and I think one of them was let's see, Mama, Father, or something like that. It was weird. They had some nicknames on these headstones. And but you'll see when that video comes out. It was kind of a fun explore for the first part. Then it kind of got intenser because I got attacked and I got rage come through, and so I was like, oh, don't know. But there were some names like Everett and Pam that came through, and I never could find those people. So um, not really sure, but it was interesting to see what I got. And I've been working on um, a series at Riverside. So we got one up this past weekend with the one me and Marnie did. And if you've seen that video, and it's up, um, pretty cool. Got some interesting things when it came to crying infants and all that stuff. Yeah. So you got see guns, bathroom, and don't be nervous. So guns, and then don't be nervous. Don't be nervous about the guns. Um, let me get let me get myself situated here because I want to talk about the stuff we use. I have oh, in that video, Bama, you said you saw a woman's face in the mirror. You did. One with Luca. If that's one you're talking about, there. Me and Marty, I swear, I was like, what is this? So I zoomed in on it, and I told Marnie, I said, I think there is a face there, and she actually saw two faces. One just kind of above that, and so they were both in the mirror, and I've not seen them since. Um, Lucas directly. I'm actually sitting directly in front of them. They're behind me. I got the desk switched around, or out on the other side of the desk. He's over there. Many others. Extensive and glass. Wow. You got Brandon. That's my son-in-law's name. Let's see. And we hit 935 subscribers today. So we're getting closer to 1,000, getting closer to 950. So yeah, thank you all for your help and sharing this stuff out. I do appreciate it. Between here, TikTok, Twitter, uh, we're growing, and I'm very tickled with it. It's a slow growth, which is fine. Um, Almost here and so afraid. Don't be afraid, spirits. Um, you can always talk to us whether we're doing an investigation or not. Let's see. What else is going on? I'm gonna try to do some more. Matter of fact, I hadn't really filmed in the past couple of weeks. We've had things going on. Um, yeah, my back is to them. I'm turned the other way. Um, so I hadn't really filmed the past couple of weeks. We've been under the weather and had some things going on with some errands and things we had to run. So I really not filmed the past couple of weeks, which I was glad that I had a lot of videos on backlog. And I still do have quite a bit on backlog. I still got a whole other gigabyte card that I'm not using. I got another one I put in today or the other day. So yeah, 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 sure was Bama. It was a phase for sure. So when you see that video, you'll know I've been putting up some what's called YouTube short videos as well, and some like short videos to kind of just throw some things out there to show people what we do that might be new to the channel and some of the things we have. The dolls, of course, which is our main attraction on the live streams. But anyway, I'll get the camera on here in a minute, and I'll show you uh, all the stuff we use. Kind of recapping in our first podcast, I did show all this stuff, but I won't go over it again. I've had a few people ask since then, so if they go back and watch this, or they come in late, they can kind of see what we're using and stuff. And I'll cover some of our experiences that we've had in the field and in here in the shed as well. Um, so let's see. Walker, Aim, Sophie, they laugh. Um, actually, and I forgot to tell Marnie this earlier. I was sitting in the living room watching the TV, and to the right of me, which is where our kitchen's at, I saw a quick shadow go by. It went from what would be our den through our kitchen area, and so it was that's kind of interesting what we got there. Thank you, Jeannie. Got camera Walker. Are you talking about Luca? Bama, is that who you're talking about? I'm hoping my heater's not messing up. It don't feel quite as hot as it used to. I don't know what's going on with it, but anyway. Maybe because it's not being used too much. Um, oh, the face in the mirror. Yeah, I don't know who the face in the mirror was exactly. Don't know who that could have been. But Luca was sitting right in front of it. Our doll. So I don't know if it was part of Luca maybe or another spirit in there possibly. Um, but either way, yeah, we've not had a lot of activity though. The activity's kind of slowed down, I guess you could say. I got a cat ball out here, And I actually heard some tapping out here on the shed before we started too. So I mean, some little things, but I've not gotten any orbs or anything lately. I think my mom and sis have said theirs have been kind of quiet over there too. So, and I've heard other YouTubers kind of mention that too, that things are not really going as much. But Halloween's over, and maybe things will start picking back up again because, well, usually it does. Yeah, the reflection from her, yeah, that face. Yeah, I don't know who the face was. I wish I did. But but there was probably two faces in the mirror, possibly one, definitely for sure that you could see. I don't know who they might have been at all, but anyway, we get strange stuff, and that's the thing about paranormal. If you're new to paranormal, don't expect things like this to happen a lot. It don't. Honestly, I set the night camera on out here, and it stays on 24/7. And except for times when I've had to unplug it for some reason or another, it's on, and I'm always going back and checking. And I hadn't really looked for this much this evening, but here lately, I've not really gotten much of anything at all. Very little. The flashlight hit about a week ago. Um, yeah, so it's not really not much going on at all. Regulating mic. Oh, thank you again, Jeannie. Yeah, if you're on Facebook or TikTok and Twitter and all that, you can follow us on those. Most of that's in our About section as well. You can also click on what Jeannie's putting up, and that can take you to those links. So, for those who might come in late or maybe watching this another day, just click on the links that Jeannie's putting up, and it'll take you to those sites. Again, like I said, not much going on out here, unfortunately. But so I think I pretty much covered what we've done this week and where I filmed and what was going on there with that. Um, I do um, plan on doing some more stuff next week somewhere else. I'm going to kind of take a break from Riverside, I think, for a little bit, unless something else comes up that prompts me to go. My main thing at that point was trying to find the bodyguard for Abraham Lincoln, and I did, and that was pretty important. But I definitely I know that our Thomas Wolfe videos have done pretty good in the past, so I'll definitely go back and try some more there at another time. Also, O. Henry, the writer O. Henry's there. Um, we've done at least one there as well. Um, so there. Oh, thank you, Bama. But so yeah, and experiences I've had at Riverside has been kind of interesting too because I've caught. I was walking up towards Thomas Wolfe one of the first times we were filming there, and I heard something running in the grass behind us or behind me. Marnie was actually up there where Thomas Wolfe was at the time. But I heard something run behind me, and I turned around. There was nothing there. No animal, no person, nothing. Um, and actually, Riverside was once, and I've talked about this before in another podcast, but it was Civil War was fought there, and uh, a lot of people died. You know, of course, that was part of it. Um, okay, so you got Roger negotiating nightmare. Oh, I hate those. That's another thing. Sometimes I have nightmares, or I'll have paranormal dreams, and it's weird. A lot of, I mean, like every time, almost every time, I have to call out to Jesus because it gets too intense. I mean, honestly, it does. Um, and I'll have dreams of big old mansions and stuff like that, and very very haunted. I'm actually able, unlike I guess you could say when I'm not asleep, I'm actually able to see the apparitions and stuff in my dreams, whereas I cannot. so much. I can a little bit, but it's not a gift I'm really been given that I can see all the time. So if I catch one while I'm awake, it's pretty cool. Okay, this thing on. All right, so I got the blue light going. I like that blue light effect. I love the blue. I love the blue light effect. Um, going. Um, yeah, I get those reoccurring dreams of things like that too. That happens. All right, Megan and Shelly, Roger. Okay. So here's one thing that we use that you might be able to use. You can kind of get them for almost nothing, hardly. It's a fidget spinner. Very quick, very simple little thing to use. We've had one move at a cemetery. It was a Batman fidget spinner. Amy from What the Paranormal Now has it. She won a contest and won it. So that's the only one I've had move. Now, don't go in expecting to have something happen every time you go, by the way, because that doesn't happen. And if you're having something happen all the time, it may be a poltergeist. So if you, it may have something following you as well. And the reason why I'm looking over to the side, I'm checking out the chat as well. But I love the matter of fact, this is fun to do anyway. I love fidget spinners. But I've used them in several places, different kinds, different ones. Matter of fact, I bought a whole bunch. I have done some giveaways. I think Bama has one of ours as well. And so we've done giveaways with them. I'll do giveaways with them later on when we do giveaways. When we hit 1,000, that'd be one of our giveaways. Would be a fidget spinner. Um, oh really? Oh cool. Um, People from Ohio helping fix the stalls. Their names are associated with and Crossroad. Oh, cool. Um, but yeah, so fidget spinners, if you want to use those, try them out. Not guaranteed to work, not guaranteed to do anything, but it can happen. And we do have the video proof. And what I would suggest too, if you're going to use something like this and you're going to walk away, put another camera on it so people cannot say, oh well, you moved it when you walked away and you came back or whatever. No, put another camera on it, and that way when you if you walk away from the fidget spinner and you catch it like we did, nobody can say anything to you because you got it all on film. What I did was there was a bench at yeah, Newton Academy. Me and Marnie went in to film. We set the fidget spinner down, and put another camera just directly sitting on it. I mean, just within like about as far as from me to the camera right now. And no sooner than we walked away, maybe 30 seconds or so into it, it moved. It moved not much. It kind of just like a little half move, but it moved. And so that way people could not go back and say, oh, you moved it or whatever. No, it was video proof. So always try to do your very best to get the video proof if something like this moves or anything moves or if you're whatever you're using that you want to maybe roll or move or something, always try to get another camera on as much as possible unless you're going to stay there with it the whole time. But don't have a cut because people will say, oh, when you cut the video you moved it. um, the- but my suggestion is even if you are staying with it and you're not leaving it, put another camera on it anyway. So that way people can still see that, oh, there was a second camera and the second camera there was no cuts in it and it showed the movement of that object. So always try to use a second camera. My second camera was just a phone, just just regular old cell phone, an old cell phone I didn't use anymore. That was my camera. That's my video proof. Whatever you can do to get video proof on those type of things, please do it. Um, there's so many people out there that fake stuff, and you don't want to be. If you're a legitimate guy, gal that's doing this, do whatever it is you can do to prove it, to prove it that it moved or whatever, or to try to prove that you cannot explain what happened. Um, those are the things to do. Always do that. Another one is still fairly new. Let's see. Let me check the chat. Yeah, do your best. Yeah, yeah. Because if you can debunk as much as you can, and then you get to that point where you can say, "Oh, I can't debunk this. I've tried. Here's the camera proof. I can't do it. Here, here's the audio, whatever." Um, please, please, please do that. Okay, this is a cat ball, and it lights up. You click the switch on, and it'll light up. Now the thing is with this cat ball, it does not light up on motion sensor. Okay, you cannot see. It doesn't. Back here, you have to move it. And so there's people out there saying right now that it's like motion sensor or whatever. I've seen several TikTokers trying to explain that these are not. It's motion activated. You have to touch it, or the spirits have to put their energy into it to do it. Uh, if you go back to some of our older live streams that we've done, we've had it go off in the middle of the night. We've had it go off in the live streams. But you had to see, I had to move it. That's the only way it's going to do. I can sit here and hold it. As long as I'm not making a movement, it's not going to do anything. So see, nothing. I mean, I put my whole hand around it, nothing. I have to do that. So that's another good trigger object. And I would also say put a camera on that too, if you can, maybe a night camera or something. Um, and it's moved with Jane, our doll, and also Robert. I think we may have called a movement with Michael, possibly. I can't remember. I do know that it does happen, but it does not happen very often. So be prepared to know that that cat ball may not do anything at all. Um, you know, for days and days and days. So be prepared for that. I've had this out here for uh maybe close to a week, and it's not done anything yet. But it does. We have got the video proof. You can ask some of the people in the chat. They've been in our live streams when it's happened. I know. So there's that. Let me get a sip of water. Another one we use is pretty cool. Dowsing rods. I think they work good, Jenny. I never use them. I don't have them. I would use them if I had them, I guess. But I've seen other YouTubers use it, and it seems to be good evidence for sure. I would give it a shot if I had them. Sure would. So let me get this out of here. Okay, I hope it's still. I think the batteries are dead. Well, yeah, they're dead. But anyway, this is a grid light pin, and it makes things green. You can kind of maybe see a little bit there. It's barely on. It's pretty much dead. But we've used this in our live streams. You may see other YouTubers have used it. What the Paranormal's been one of them. So the grid light will, if it was had batteries in it, right, or not dead batteries. Anyway, it will light this whole area up behind us green, and you can start to see, like, if you have a movement, like a shadow figure comes in front of it, it will block certain areas. That could block the whole thing out. But a grid light's pretty cool to have. I would suggest if maybe if you're doing live streams or you're doing something in an abandoned place or something, that would be a good tool to use. If you get a wall to put it up on, it wouldn't. I would not be able to really use it good in a cemetery. For one, we do all day side investigations, so it'd be too much light, and you really need to have it on like a wall or something, kind of big projection. So when I do use it, it's been here in the shed and also in the house. We've used it, and we've gotten the grid light to kind of do some things. Now, in the house, we've had it kind of fade out. We was next door, my mom's. Me and my sister was doing an investigation in the shed. Uh, eh, the spirits were manipulated to the point where turning it on and off themselves. But you have to have a little stand with it, or something that can push this button down because it will not stay down. So you have to have something, tape, rubber band. This little stand's what I got, and you just put it in there, and you can tighten it up, and it'll stay on. And so that's what you definitely want to use. It's something because you don't want to stand there and hold this light the whole time. And I would suggest not to, because that can still be a way people might try to debunk you. So anything you can do, like putting it on a stand or taping it or something and sitting it down, um, whatever you can use to keep that button down, that's what I would suggest doing. um, and then project it off a wall like you would an old movie or something. Um, and then hope that something may move through it. That's really cool to have. All right. Let's see. Let me go to the chat. Yeah, cat balls are real good. They're real good. They're accurate. Yeah. Uh, yeah, it was amazing in that building for sure. They love to drain batteries. That's right. That grid light gets drained quite a bit. Bama's seen plenty of our grid light investigations, and it can go anywhere from 5 minutes to half hour to 45 minutes, but eventually it's going to start going out. And I'll put brand new batteries in, and it won't take long. They love to drain that stuff. Yeah, yeah. You use a hair tie, whatever you can use to keep that button pushed down with. Do it. A lot of them do come. I don't think my sisters came with a stand, but a lot of them do come with this stand. And if it does, or if you're going to buy one, look for one with a stand. It's really, really helpful. I mean, it's just a little tripod. Um, and you can actually take the top off if you want to. And if you got like a bigger tripod, something bigger you want to use beside the small one, you can do it. No, I can't see how to get this back on. Um, but yeah, if you got like a big tripod or something that's screwing on, by all means do it. And I can't get this back on, so I'll have to do that later. Um, so those are a few things that I would suggest. Now another one is let's see, flashlight. Flashlight's another good one. What you got to do is you got to get it to see the lights on. You got to get it to where it's kind of on off right there in that area, just like a little. Uh, just you got to get one at twist. Let's put it this way: you got to get one at twist, on and off. In the back is a preferred way of doing it, and then just sit it down and hope a spirit puts its energy into it and turns it on. It will work. We've had it happen before. We've had it happen in our live streams in the past. Matter of fact, the very first times we've been out here doing the live streams in the shed, I've had it up on a top shelf and way and high away from me, and it'd go off. If you go back to about a year ago and look at those early live streams that we were doing, you'll see the flashlights on and off, on and off. It was real crazy for a while. I mean, matter of fact, I had hair sticking up on me. It was just so wild when that happened. But anyway, uh, flashlight is a good one. I had somebody mention on TikTok it was a motion light. It's not a motion light; it's a flashlight. And I actually put it on TikTok showing that it was a flashlight, so that way people would know. Uh, yeah. I tell you what, Bama and Mom sometimes sis, but Mom and Bama get a lot of words. They get a ton. Um, Voice, Oliver. Yep. Yeah, those. Yeah, they get a lot of words. It's like constant. It's kind of fun to watch it. Attic, shadows, traffic. I mean, yeah, it just goes crazy. Um, let's see. I think I'm caught up on the chat. So there's my little boo hat, by the way. Marnie got me that for my birthday. Little boo hat. I've been enjoying wearing that hat around. Um, okay, so I think I'm good on the chat. Let me get on to something else. So some apps. Some people like apps. Some people don't. Some people think that they are not worth using or they're repetitive or whatever. But I like them. And that's what you see in the chat. These words like weak and boots and traffic. That's all words from things like the ghost tool and the spirit talker. So I'll go through those real quickly. Spirit talkers one. I don't use it a ton. Um, I think it's getting real hot now. That's good. Okay, that's a spirit talker. It has like the coffin look to it, and that's one of them. You just turn it on, and actually you can hear the words coming through. So and it kind of does that, goes back and forth on a bar, and words will come. Let's see. Let's give it a moment and see if a word comes through. But you can hear it. Um, and I have used these in a few investigations. I prefer the ghost tool.
Grave.
There you go, grave. There's a word. But you can see it easily. You can hear it, and it drops down in this little area down below, like so. And there's a folder button at the bottom down here that you can save those words in if you want to save it. If you don't do that, then it won't save. Um, so there's that one. Also, occasionally I use the Echo Vox. It's very rare that I use it, but I have some on our live stream use the Echo Vox. And I'll turn it on for just a second, kind of give you an idea of what it sounds like. Um, get it set. Um, let's see. You can hear it. Let's see. Listening, did you hear that? Let's see. That's an echo now. I didn't set it on the echo. It just started doing it. I'm turning it off. I don't like the echo that much. The reverb. Okay. The reverb's off, but the echo's still on though. Okay. Reverb's off. Okay. So, okay. So, and it's actually, it sounds like I'm repeating myself through that thing. I've never heard it do that before. But, okay, I had the recording on. That's why. Okay. Anyway, so, I forgot you can record while you're doing that. I never use it, the record part. I very rarely use that Echo Box, but that's kind of interesting what we got come through there for just a second. Ghost Tube is another one. Again, you can. Yeah, that's what I was going to try to do. Okay, so you can hear it. So if you get too close to things on here, come on, it will make noises and stuff. You get your hand too close to it sometimes. But it's another one that shows words and you can hear it and you can record with it. So I do have videos up here on, hey, South Cax, what is up? So you can hear the words and record. I love using this sometimes because I've been in some interesting places of cemeteries that I've used this thing and gotten some good definitive stuff, you know. But now the thing is, you won't get near the words like you do on the ghost tool or something. It may take one day I think I had just sitting on at the house and it was like 30 minutes before I ever got a word. And it was like maybe another 10 minutes before I got another word. So you don't get a lot, but then sometimes when you do, you'll get quite a few come through. But you have to be pretty patient with the ghost tube. But it is cool to record. And I was in a cemetery. I can't remember which one it was exactly, but I asked the spirits to light the K2 up, and it said, "What is this?" And it came through, and it's all through the ghost tube app. This is the ghost tool. It's what we call the Blue Hand app. You'll hear static, but you won't hear the words coming through. So usually, if I keep it on, it's very about right here to where I can hear it. To where if it I can kind of look and know when the word's about to come up. I used to keep it muted and I miss words. So now when I record out in the field with it, I keep it up enough to where you all can hear it and I can hear it. And it's kind of going crazy right now. Let's see if we get a word. Size. The word size. So I was using this when I was filming at the at Riverside with the bodyguard for Abraham Lincoln. And I asked a question, something like, I think it was, can you tell me something about Abraham Lincoln or something like that? That's how I worded it. And it said big. And I'm like, oh, yeah, he was a big guy. So K2 hit a little bit, but it wasn't very, very active like I hoped it would be. But hey, maybe you guys might catch something I didn't. So I always enjoy it we do the videos and you guys put a timestamp of what you heard or saw. That helps me go back and there's things I'm going to miss. Got the word sleep. Take pictures. Yeah, we're taking pictures, Spirit. Um, I think. Let's see. Did I go through all the apps we use? Oh, the Necrophonic. I forgot about it. Um, Necrophonic. And sometimes you can understand things, sometimes you can't. I was getting like a complete sentence and stuff when I was using it the other day, and I just really couldn't understand it. But hopefully, when I go back and edit, I can hear it and maybe yeah, Riverside is cool. It is. Yeah, the South Cats have been up here. They've done Riverside and Helen's Bridge. Excuse me, and the Necrophonic, pretty cool. But yeah, check out their videos up here too. I'll turn it on for a second. Like I said, on. And thing is about the Necrophonic is we used to hear what sounded like my voice coming through there, which is weird. Pride. I gotta get with the Salcast. We gotta do some collaborations in some of these places. But yeah, check out their videos here too. Yeah, Necrophonic. I like Necrophonic. The Echo Vox I like okay, but the Necrophonic's what I use the most. Then if I'm not using those, uh, sometimes the SB7, which was the very first, um, well, the very first spirit box we ever really used was an app, and I don't even remember the name of it now. It's been so long, we don't even use it anymore. But as far as when we got this, we were very excited about it because this was kind of like the latest thing, about 4 years ago when we started. And we were excited to get this. I mean, we were, just happy to have this. And we use this quite a bit. So if you go back to about 3.5, 4 years ago and look at those videos, you'll hear this one being used quite a bit. Yeah, the Necrophonic you can understand much better than you can this. Um, but I still use it occasionally. Sometimes I always have it with me. I always take everything I have with me. It's rare for me not to have all my equipment with me. Spirit boxes annoy you. Um, I like them to a certain. I used to listen to these things for hours and just try to find the words that were coming through. It kind of gets to me now. Even the Necrophonic gets to me now. I don't listen to them as long as I used to. But the spirit box used to be the thing I used to just sit there and I put the headset on and just listen. But it was the only way I could train my ears to know what was radio and what was not. So that may be a suggestion if you use these and maybe you're new to this. Um, I would suggest listening to it for a while and decipher what's radio and what's not. That way you know. Because I know the FCC will not allow cussing, um, especially through AM channels like we use. And I was in the cemetery and I got told "F you" while I was in there on one time. This has been a while back, but yeah, plain as day, you could hear it come through that. It was wild. Um, yeah, the static is tough. It really is. Um, but then Marty says the SB11. That's what she likes. She likes this one. So between the two spirit boxes, she likes this one. I do too. I like it. You got both dueling AM FMs, that you can use on both sides. Um, you also got this is what you'll hear sometimes when I got it on. Let me do that. Okay. So I got it muted. You can mute the radio part of it, and that little green light, that's the temperature gauge. And what I do is I just kind of let the antenna out and see if the spirits will touch and make that temperature go up or down. and a lot of times it'll go down. A lot of times, but there occasionally it will go up in temperature. That's what it just did. It went up. Um, and I think it's because I have my hand on it, I'm making it hot. But anyway, just kind of just sit it down wherever. If you just want to use that temperature part of it, it's real cool. Just sit it down, let them do their things, and a lot of times it'll go down in temperature. And sometimes it sounds like Morse code. That's the wildest part of it. Oh, I wouldn't say I'm better. I just I like them, and I guess it's because I just play around with them. But um, I'm not saying I'm an expert with them or anything. But anyway, so you can turn that off and not have anything as far as temperature goes, or you can use a red light, which is there. Now it's not very very bright. And we've used it in here before, but you know you can kind of maybe see where I'm at back there, that mirror. The red light. But we have that bigger flashlight with the red light now that I love. And I would show you that, but it's what I'm using for my blue light. But um, we got blue, green, and red, and just the regular clear light. Um, so there's your static. And you, like I say, you can do AM. It always pops up on FM, but if you turn it over to AM, it goes blue. And then you got your sweep rates right beside it. I always use about 150. Let's see. Go around to 150 on both. I think Nicole from Through the Veil uses it like, I think she uses 50 or 100 real fast. She does it much faster than I do. You can turn your volumes up on it, on both sides. And then you go forward and reverse right here. So what I do is I'll do a forward on one, reverse on another. And then sometimes I use AM and FM. I'll do both. All right. Good night, Jenny. Thank you for being here. Um, and then you got the little things on the side. Let me get that. Little things on the side that kind of reduces your static and takes pretty much radio off. So that happens. You can do it that way. And there you go. I mean, it works good. You may not understand it all the time, but there is occasionally you'll get words and that you're like, oh, I do understand that. It does take practice with them for sure. Um, and like I say, if you're new to it, maybe just put some headset on, listen to it, and decipher what's radio. You'll start to learn what's radio and what's not radio. Again, I don't use those near as much as I do the necrophonic now. Yeah, yeah. Thank you, Bama. Yeah, the seven's what we used for a long time. Oh, thank you, South Cash, for being here. Love you guys. Have a good night. Um, but anyway, so those are, like I say, I would suggest maybe using headsets with those if you're going to use them, like I said, and just get used to it. Um, then you have a little better of an idea how to decipher what you got. Let's see, what else do I have? Where did the I'm missing something here. Well, I got the REM pod. I don't know where my K2 went. Um, REM pod. It'll do that when it's being touched. Okay, so like I got all my energy into this by my just touching it. Um, and you can kind of do different things with it depending on where you're touching it at. Um, and it does get annoying, but it does get your attention for sure. Um, and no more than it goes off in here. Sometimes it's not too bad. Ryan, our bear spirit up here, um, that's his favorite thing. And it was last week he did it. He made it go off. Um, yeah, Luca likes the K2. Luca may have the K2. I don't know where it's at. I know I set it out though. Oh, there it is. It's on my bag. So the K2 again. There you go. And you can't make it go off like you do the other one. You can't. Now, your phone, where's my phone? Your phone can sometimes. It depends. See right there? And I got my phone actually lit up. Your phone can do that to it. So don't, I mean, you got to get your phone away. So like my phone is like, okay, my phone is over here. It's not doing anything, right? So the closer you get your phone to it, it will do that, and it'll light it up. Which is why I don't really. I have filmed with it in my hand, but I almost prefer not to do that. I prefer you not to do that. Like we do over here, we sit it down with Luca, and then oops, one day. Oh, I just kind of sit with Luca, and sometimes it'll go off. Sometimes I left it in here all night and not even go off. Sometimes, um, but we've had it go off quite a bit, and she'll make that thing go to red sometimes. But um, anyway, that's I don't want to get into a real investigation tonight, but yeah, you can turn your phone on airplane mode. That helps too. That'll work. But just so people don't really try to debunk you, I would suggest maybe keep it away. You do have people say, "Oh, your phone did it. Your phone did it," or whatever. As much as possible. Again, like I was saying, try to keep from people letting debunking you as much as you can. Um, let's see. That's pretty much all the equipment we use. I love to have more, but that's all we got really. Um, but they're good. These are all good tools. And if you're new to paranormal, you're just starting out. Um, it depends on what you might want to use. Now, we've had a K2 for a long time. We borrowed our friend Dave's about 4 years ago. He was a coworker of mine when I used to work at a grocery store, and he was very much in the paranormal too. He just didn't do investigations like we do, but he said, "Here, use my K2 until y'all get one." And so you may see us with in our old videos would have a gray looking one. It had like a little switch on one of the sides or whatever. This one just clicks on and stays on. Those is what you want. There are some that you have to hold down the button, or well, yeah, you have to hold down the button. Don't get those. Get the ones that click on and stay on like that, and they'll flash and let you know you're on. Um, or the ones that have the little switches on the side. I have seen people use these with the ones you have to hold down. They put a penny in it or something. I think that would wear that switch out over time. Oh yeah, the voice recorder. Yeah, that's another thing we use. I forgot about that. I don't actually have that out, but but again, real quickly on the K2, I would suggest getting one that the button will stay down or on the side that can turn on, and and then try to as much as possible keep it away from anything that's really electrical or whatever. And it has to be pretty close. I mean, if you're out, you have to be kind of close to a power line for it to really do anything there. I've kind of played around with these before, like that. I'm trying to, debunk where it could work, not work or whatever. So do that. Know your surroundings. Like if I'm in Riverside, there's no really any power lines in there. So if this goes off, it's going off because of spirits, not because of power lines. Um, yeah, don't possess anyone. No, no, no. The voice recorder is another one. I don't have one out. It's in my bag over there. But anyway, you can also use your phone for a voice recorder as well. Um, Either way, with a voice recorder, I'm glad Marty reminded me of that. Thank you. We use the Audacity app, and we'll put it in there and bring up certain things we may have thought we heard. And sometimes you can get a voice or at least some kind of a noise that's kind of like, okay, that didn't happen while I was filming. So the Audacity app is a good one. I don't know there's more out there, but that's just one we use. But you can plug that recorder in. I do it. My sister uses it too. You can plug it in, just amplify it, see what you get, um, and maybe you catch a voice or something. Um, and hopefully it's something you can make out. Sometimes it's not. Um, Leah Head Possessed. Leah's our dog's name. Spelled differently, but that's our dog's name. Um, let's see. Did I leave anything out? And we use Sony cameras. That's what we use. As far as, and I've showed that before. You can go back and look at another podcast, our first one. But I didn't want to get every little thing out, but like the cameras and stuff. But we use Sony. That's my favorite. Some people like Canon. Um, you can't go wrong with using your phone to record at all. That's what we used when we first started doing YouTube. So a lot of those first videos you'll see were all done by our phones. And we call it disembodied voice with a phone camera. It said, hey. And yeah, that works. Now, the thermal camera, yeah. We do have that. I forgot about the thermal camera. Thermal camera, you can hook onto your phone. It's a very little simple thing you can use for that as well. Let's see. The ghost tube is also, you can use it for different like green and purple lights and stuff. Um, yeah, I was trying to think of every little thing. The thermal camera I've actually used in a cemetery before. Kind of interesting. I've used it in here before, and that little stool we used to use that had Robert in it, like a cold looking shadow figure came up behind it. It's on a video we have on our YouTube page here. Um, but yeah, as far as voice recorders go, and I'm trying. I know I'm skipping around a little bit or going back and forth, but got Ship and List and Andrew previous. As far as voice record, you can use your phone. You can use whatever you got. Um, I guess what I was trying to say earlier was if you're starting out, your phone's your and you don't have money for a camera like we didn't time. We just saved back and got a good camera, and I still use that. That's probably that Canon camera. It's a little like a tube looking camera, is the one I use the majority of the time. So maybe 98% of the videos you see on YouTube that we've done has been with that camera, and I absolutely love it. It's a flip side camera, and we have another one. It's like a square camera. It's also a Sony, and it flips up. And I will use that occasionally, but I don't use it near as much as the other one. The first one we got, I've had one like that in the past. I just really like them. If I got a 4K camera eventually, that's what I would get probably with that tube looking camera. But your phone, use your phone. You can upload easy with that. I think Bama's used his phone with that. And I heard other YouTubers that use their phone for recording and putting up on it. Turns out good. Matter of fact, these new cameras will record in 4K. So if you wanted to show it in 4K, that's a good asset to have. I mean, most people already have a phone anyway. Might as well use the camera, right? Um, and then a voice recorder is not too expensive. The K2s are not too expensive. So that would be things you might want to start out with. Maybe save some money back if you need to save money. That's the reason I say it, because we did. We had to save money back to get certain things, and we just built stuff over time. Build up our inventory over time. Yeah. See, Bama's videos are all by phone. They're good quality. Videos. There's no bad quality with a phone. So it's worth using. Excuse me. And but yeah, just some people can go out and just buy everything. Some people can't. We could not. So we just build our inventory over time. I don't think you can't do it because you can. Um, and like I say, just simple things like a fidget spinner. You can usually get them for almost nothing. Give it a shot. The cat balls are not too expensive. You can get them on Amazon. Just certain little things to kind of just play around with and learn and see if the spirits want to do something with them. Those things can be important over time. Um, you might get real good evidence. You may never get anything. You may never get these to move. These out here don't move. I mean, I'll be up front with you. They don't. If they do, I want to show you. Um, but You never know when you might have one of these in a cemetery or an abandoned place or wherever you're. Maybe you're, if you ever get a chance, like I would like to do Waverly Hills or something like that. Maybe I would definitely have this in a Waverly Hills. I would see if it would work. Um, yeah, and I left one of these at Dewey's headstone, and it's rusted, but it still sits there though. Don't it won't spin. It's rusted up too bad, but it was a toy to give him. But yeah, they do. Yeah, Bama's right. They do have good. They do have good audio and video recordings on phones, so you can't really go wrong with that. Um, there and like if I'm using the Ghost Tube app, this is what I'm using as a phone. Um, it helps, honestly, guys. And if you have another old camera, it's good to use for a backup video. To like I say, put it on a fidget spinner or a cat ball or something. It's worth doing that. If you can do it. And just splash your videos together. That's what we did. Proving that we got evidence. And the one thing I will say, if you're new to paranormal, don't expect to get evidence every time you do something. Don't expect to get anything. Matter of fact, go in expecting you're not going to get anything and be happy if you do. Um, let's see. I'm trying to think if I've left anything out. Um, and just be careful. Pray up. Pray if you're a believer in the Lord. We are. We pray to Jesus. We always ask him, for protection and stuff. Um, but you can go into places and have things happen. Marnie's when we gone to the haunted picnic area, she had a thing on her leg where she like I think it was a scratch or whatever. After we left there one time, she got up the next morning. It was there. That same day that we were there, I got sick to my stomach. It was about a mile down the road before I started feeling better. Thank God I was done filming at that time. We were kind of just hanging around to see if we might catch anything before we leave, and I started getting sick. So you got to be careful where you're at too, and know that some spirits are. Um, I feel like I got something watching me over here, but some spirits will mess with you. Some will not. Um, anyway, that so it's right here. It feels like I have somebody watching me. But making sure. I see. Got window. It's not where the window's at. It's over there, but I do feel like someone watching me over here. But and I get that feeling sometimes. Usually, I just kind of like, okay, whatever. There's probably a spirit there, whatever. But yeah, but you can get the spirits can hurt you, so you got to be very careful. Uh, Thankfully, the spirits we have here don't bother nobody. Doesn't mean it won't one day. Doesn't mean we won't maybe have something come through. That mirror can be a portal. I mean, you never know what you might grab or what might follow you home. Always be careful. Things could follow you home. I mean, there's times I'm like, don't follow me. Stay where you're at. So anyway, um, anybody else got anything to add that they might use during investigations that could be helpful? I'm trying to think of anything else. You can use quite a bit of trigger objects and stuff. Flashlights and things. Um, Jeez, I don't know. I guess maybe that's about it. But there's all kinds. Excuse me, I was going to sneeze. There's all kinds of things you can use um, that they still have out there. Yeah. I look at like what was it, Ghost of St. Augustine? There's a shop down there in St. Augustine, Florida. That's where REM Pod SB11 came from. I think it's where we got the grid light. So we got a few things from them. They're good. They get good products. Mom and sis has got their stuff from there as well. So um, that is a recommendation. They have all kinds of stuff I would like to have as well. Maybe as I save back some more, I'll get something else. But right now, I got quite a bit. So um, But you never know when you might find something that's better that works. Um, got James and two and do and bread. Spirits are getting hungry. Hmm. Um. Oh, here's another thing. I forgot about it. This right here is something kind of new that we use, and actually, it's for toilets. You can, I guess, train your kids to pee or whatever. I think that's what it's supposed to be for. Anyway, it's um, I think that's what it's used for. But my sister told me about it, and they got it and put it in their basement, and it will work with emotion if something goes in front of it. I had to debunk myself in here one time with it because I did do it myself. Didn't mean to. I did set it off, but I keep it pointed to like on one of the dolls. So if it does go off, it's pointed at the dolls, and it's going to be from them. Um, but it will go through a light cycle. Some of y'all are familiar with this. If you've seen it being used in here on our live streams, it'll go through a cycle, and then once it goes through that cycle, it'll stop. It may knock my hands in front of it, but it go through a ton of cycles of lights, and then it will turn itself off. So that's another thing. They're not very expensive. I keep this in kind of right here where this little, well, I'll put it where Jane's at tonight. Um, Keep it like that to where it's pointing on them. So when it goes out, and I'll show you here in a minute when it does, I can't set it off. But let me wait till that goes off. Oh yeah, the living is worse than the dead. So once that goes off, I'll show you guys. But it goes through a ton of a cycle of lights. Um, but it was a good idea. She had a good idea. Okay, it's off. So look, my hand. I guess y'all can see. I can't set it off. Okay. So in order for me to set it off, I'm going to get my hand back here and do that. And I actually knocked it over. So if that goes off while we're doing this or another live stream or in the middle of the night, it's pointed right on Jane. I mean, it's like laid right on her. And so if it goes off, it's because she's done something or another spirit's manipulated it in some way. Yeah, very inexpensive stuff to investigate with. Amazon's got them. You can get these things at Amazon. Um, cat balls you can get at Amazon. Like I say, they're good. Matter of fact, I'm going to put this one back over here with Luca. And again, it's not motion activated. I'll show you that again. See, I'm just waving all around it. Nothing going on. So it's not motion activated. Thank God. That's a good thing because that would be an easy debunk. Oh, you gotten too close to it or whatever. Yeah. Those cat balls have to go be touched or manipulated in some way with some energy. So, alcohol or area and Jacob. Um, so yeah, and the flashlight's the same way. So I leave the little green now looking light right there. It goes red, blue, whatever. The cat ball, I've got three, and I'm going to suggest using one at a time because once they die, you can't really change their batteries. But so it's out here. The flashlights, I got one here and one over here, which I may take one back inside with me because I may need it for some investigations out in the field. Um, I got another fidget spinner here. These are the ones that we got that we do give away, by the way. It's those when we do a giveaway. And like I say, Bama's got one. Amy's got one. I forget who else we gave away to. But we had a giveaway, and a few people got these, and we got more. And when we reach 1,000, this will be another thing we want to give away. And when we do reach 1,000, we're going to have three winners. Each will receive one of these. But what we're going to do is out of those three winners, we're going to put them in a hat or a cup or whatever and draw names. and whoever we draw the name of is a grand prize winner, and they'll receive something. It could be a REM pod, it could be a K2, it could be a grid light, it could be something. It's going to be a piece of paranormal equipment of some kind. It may not even be one of those, maybe something else we decide to use, but it will be a piece of paranormal equipment that you can use anytime in the field when you're doing it. But I feel like a grand prize when we reach 1,000, that's a big, huge milestone on YouTube. So I mean, somebody may win one of these. Maybe you don't have a REM pod, and that'd be cool to have. But we're definitely giving away a paranormal equipment of some kind when we do reach 1,000. So, and I do appreciate everybody's help getting us to 935 now. We're close to 950. You're getting closer. But when we reach 1,000, it's gonna be fun to do a giveaway. It's gonna be a good giveaway. But yeah, like the fidget spinners, we got some bracelets. We got I don't know what else we got. Sometimes my sister makes up things. Marnie's got a cricket now. She may make up things. Who knows? But anyway, but definitely, one of these, bracelets, and then a grand prize winner will win something like this of some kind. So it's just our way of saying thank you to everybody. Do appreciate everybody who shouts us out and tweets us out and shares our videos and all those type of things, and uh, follows us on TikTok. I think we got. Trying to think. Let's see. Let me go on. Kind of give you an idea of what we got going on as far as followers and subscribers. So 935 here on YouTube. Uh, we got 2,365 followers on Twitter, which I'm very thankful to everybody there. TikTok, we're still kind of. It's been over a year since we've been on TikTok. I know this thing's gonna go off. Yeah, I knew it would. Anyway, and on here, and I noticed, yeah, we're almost at 500. We're very close to 500 followers. I don't know if you can see that. I might have to turn that down, but I wanted to show you that. I thought that was really cool. Um, Close to 500 followers on TikTok. I'm really excited about that. Very thankful to everybody who follows us. Um, it really excites me to know that. Hey, Snowman, how are you? Um, but okay, now I got it fixed. Um, yeah, we are. We're very close. I cannot wait. Definitely can't wait to do the giveaway and do all that fun stuff. Just yeah, share it out. Let people know we're going to be doing a giveaway once we hit 1,000, and somebody's going to win a piece of paranormal equipment of some kind, um, and other stuff as well. These fidget spinners are fun. I can sit here and just spin these things all day long. I'm just one of those people. I'm one of those that used to take a pen and do the clicker and do it so much it drive myself crazy doing it. Tampa, Florida. Oh, I bet y'all are nice and warm down there compared to up here in North Carolina. I think it's like 40 degrees up here, something like that. It's cold. Become and Matthew. Um, so I think we've gone through all the equipment now, though, and everything. But Bama uses it's like a Simon Says. That's another one. I don't use that one. I've not yet, but I've thought about it. You miss autumn. I miss summer. um, uh, but it's like a Simon Says type thing. I've never downloaded, but I need to. I need to try that out sometime. Yeah, I don't want to care what the Weather Channel has to say about snow. God, I hate snow. Um, you grew up in the mountains. It's beautiful up here, but I hate cold and snow. Yeah, VBEGO says yes, that's the one. And it's a Simon Says like thing. And if you watch Bama's videos, and please go check Bama out. Uh, you'll see where he's done. You did it in your last video, didn't you, Bama? I'm not mistaken. So it goes off like Simon says, and spirits can touch. There's been times he said, "Hey, touch blue," and it touches blue. Bama's got some spirits, kind of like we do, and his dolls that do that. And he has Bam also has a thing. I think you won it off of a contest from All Shucks or something. Anyway, it's a little ghost, and it says "Trick or treat, smell my feet," which is hilarious. It's funny, but it's motion activated. And we actually found one. I think Marty might have packed it up, but I'm going to get it when I bring it out here to the shed. Get it out and set it out up here and see if it ever goes off. Yeah, the K2. Yeah, flashlight. Bama's got flashlights to go off too. It may not happen all the time like it does out here, but it's fun when it does. Um, yeah, I don't like winter driving either. I hate that. Um, yeah, I don't want to think about snow. Oh, that's why I try to film a lot of videos as much as I can when it's nice, because I know I'm going to probably catch a damn near blizzard or something up here, and it's going to keep me from filming for a while. Hope it don't, but you never know. Limit. Well, that's true. You got the word limit, Bam, and that's kind of interesting because the spirits are limited. They will not always be able to do things, and it takes a lot of energy for them to do it. I'm flipping this thing around and starting to drive me crazy now. I don't know why I'm doing it, but um, anyway, yeah, they're very limited to what they can do. This is a poltergeist, and you don't want that, man. That's for sure. Thank God I never had to deal with that. People have though. It's sad. Um, so guys, I guess that's pretty much it for the night. We'll be back on Friday night to do our live investigation with the crew, whole crew back here. Luca's over here. So if you're new to the channel, by the way, it's I don't know how good you can see the dolls, but there's Luca over here with our mirror. We've caught a face in this mirror recently, kind of like down in this area here. And also, Marty saw one kind of up here in this area. It wasn't as easy to see as the one down there. It's kind of interesting. We do have a penguin. Another good trigger object, by the way. Okay, and it can go like I set that thing off by moving it. But yeah, anything as far as that goes too, that's another thing I meant to mention about that. If you do like that, that can set it off. Any type of jarring or movement can set it off. So I guess I should have mentioned that too, just to be careful when you do set those cat balls down. Uh, Stay away from them because if I bump this table, it's going to go off. Um, so, but as far as motion, like I said earlier, motion doesn't set it off. Any movement, a jar, touching it will do that. But this thing can kind of, it's not level, but it can kind of move around and make a noise. So if it does that, I can catch it on the night cam. And not so far, but you never know. That thing may move and make a noise, and I caught it. Jane's up top here. You got Robert the doll. You got Michael the doll, and Ryan the bear. And that's the spirits. That's everything. So if you're new to the channel, I encourage you to meet us on Friday nights at 9:30, maybe just a little before 9:30 sometimes. Hey, West Haven, how you guys? Um, but yeah, we're going to investigate. Again, we always investigate every Friday night, and every Friday night there's something different, something new. Sometimes things move and light up or whatever, and sometimes they don't. It just depends. Depends on if the spirits have got the energy to do it. But then sometimes the flashlight. So I mean, you never know. And then there's some nights. Bama and everybody else can tell you it's been here a while. There's some nights we do an investigation, we don't get nothing. Nothing happens. It's just quiet as it can be. That happens. Oh well. Let me put these fidget spinners back up. So if they want to move them, they can move them. That's it, guys. That's pretty much it for our podcast tonight. I do appreciate everybody being here. Thank you, Snowman. Yes, please do. Around 9:30, not just a little before Eastern time, and we'll get going with these people back here. See what happens. So, but anyway, I want to tell you all good night. I love you all, and until Friday, we'll see you soon. Bye.